Hi, nobody asked, but here are my top 10 movies from 2025. Number 10. Fantastic Four First Steps. Wait, the superhero guy puts the best Marvel movie of 2025 on number 10? What the heck is going on? Well, it has been a pact here, and being one of the best comic book movies of the year does not cut it in 2025, sadly. Plus, being the most comic book accurate live action adaptation does not make it automatically my favorite Fantastic Four movie. And spoilers, it's not. I like the movie, but the baby thing still gets me mad when I think about it. Here's my Fantastic Four review video if you wanna hear more about that. Shameless plug, haha. Number 9. Final Destination Bloodlines. This movie was a blast. It might have the most memorable death vision scene since the original. Oh my god, that restaurant in the sky collapsing was awesome to look at. This franchise really knows how to make your worst death fears come to life. I like that this movie followed the same gimmick as the previous movies while giving everything a different spin. Love that they explained all the lore and that they finally told us who this guy was. Wouldn't actually mind if this had been the last Final Destination movie. Number 8. Anaconda. Here we have the latest entry on my top 10, and I'm glad that I randomly watched this yesterday, cause this is by far the funniest movie of 2025. That pissing scene got me laughing so hard. Well, this movie is about a group of friends who go to Brazil to film a slasher movie about a monster anaconda, but end up being chased by a real monster anaconda. You would assume this to be a horror movie, but Jack Black is attached to this movie, so you know it's a comedy. Kind of gave me 2000 vibes. Guys, watch it while it's still in cinemas. I swear you won't regret it. And you don't have to have seen the original Ice Cube Anaconda one to understand this movie. These two movies are only spiritually connected. Number 7. Jujutsu Kaisen Execution Arc. Barely qualifies as a movie and was more of a cash grab for Mappa than anything else, but I had a really good time watching this. It was just so hyped seeing Todo and Ko on screen, and if they ever bring the JK back to the cinemas, I will be there. Number 6. Karate Kid Legends. This was a nice, comfy summer blockbuster movie. In this movie, Ralph Macchio from the original Karate Kid teams up with Jackie Chan from the reboot Karate Kid movie to teach a new disciple to win a martial arts tournament in New York. I like how they treated the legacy characters, even though I would have loved to see more than a cameo from Johnny Lawrence after finishing Cobra Kai. And I love the new characters. Those I don't know why, but I always love New York being implemented in movies, especially when people hang out at pizza places, and this movie has a pizzeria plot line, so it was quite easy for me to love this movie. Finally, love the tournament aspect of this movie, and I like how it was cut and edited, if you understand what I mean. Help to make this franchise look fresh and exciting again. Number 5. Ballerina. The John Wick universe has such exciting world building. It is basically Harry Potter for grown-ups. And what character did they decide to choose to base a spin-off on? That random ballerina in this background scene. Just wow. But the movie ended up being quite good, and I guess the reshoots that involved John Wick more quite helped. The story was like always, whatever. But action, especially towards the end, was so amazing. Loved the flamethrower versus water hose fight off towards the end. Gave me Harry Potter vs. Voldemort vibes. No clue how this franchise after John Wick 4 is still going, but I'm not complaining. Number 4. Avatar Fire and Ash. Visually the most beautiful movie of the year, but way too fucking long. Never gonna fucking watch this again. I don't know why, but when a movie is longer than 3 hours, even if it's good, I'm just gonna feel exhausted after watching it. Don't misunderstand me, this movie is amazing, so watch it while still in theaters, but please make the next 2 movies shorter, James Cameron. And another thing I did not like, they call it Avatar Fire and Ash, but the Ash people are not really relevant to the plot at all. It's a total misdirect. I'm sure they just called it that way for marketing reasons. The movie continues the plot from the Avatar Way of Water movie, so Na'vi versus humans, and the Ash people are as relevant to the plot as the Eagles are to the Lord of the Rings movies. Imagine if instead of The Lord of the Rings Return of the King, they called the last Lord of the Rings movie Return of the Eagles. That's the kind of misdirect they pulled with the Ash people. The Ash leader was kinda hot though. Literally. It was so cute how excited she got when the colonel showed her how to use a flamethrower for the first time. Truly couple goals. Well, see you for Avatar 4. Number 3. Chainsaw Man Razor Arc. This was truly the year of the anime movies. Might be the first time ever that more than one anime movie made it on my personal top 10 list of movies of the year. And even one anime movie landing on my top 10 movies of the year barely happened. Like the last anime movie that I really love that I can remember is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions. And that was in, wow, 2016. The romance part of Chainsaw Man rated just hit me emotionally, especially maybe because I never had a romance arc when I was younger, so I just could relate with Denji a lot. That and the fighting and explosion animation in this movie were just next level. Before watching this movie I wasn't really that big of a Chainsaw Man fan, but cause of this movie I'm really thinking about picking up the manga. Though I fear that Fujimoto is as cruel as Gege from JJK when it comes to character writing, so maybe that might not be a great idea. Number 2. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Even though objectively Chainsaw Man was the better movie, I had way more fun with the Demon Slayer movie, cause I was just way more invested. The fights, the characters, the score, just everything I loved about this movie. But if you want to know more about us, just watch my review video. Number 1. Superman. If you watched my content, you know it had to be Superman. This movie revived my love for comic book movies and it made me excited for DC projects again. Plus, that movie is the reason why I started this YouTube journey. I felt Clark's speech at the end and before I knew it I was writing my first script and taking editing classes. Additionally, each time I was feeling down this year afterwards, which was surprisingly often, I rewatched this movie and felt good again. This movie is just optimism incarnated and I love this Lex Luthor theme.
What a! What a! What a!
Not even 50 Cent and Kendrick Lamar could beat Lex Luthor in a hate off. Is this movie perfect? No, but it was good enough to become my favorite movie of the year. Poof! Just in time. Sorry for that big break. I had another wave of finals and final projects going on and I barely survived. It did not help that during those weeks I went traveling with my friends during the weekends.
I can't f***ing do this anymore!
That was seriously up. We almost died.
So you agree?
Yes, this was insane. That was pure luck. I was not in control of that situation at all.
And I was the lucky one, cause my friend had 4 more final exams after that last weekend and I only had 1 left. Nevertheless, I even wanted to do a video for Avatar, but I still had a lot of work to do during the week that movie dropped. And on that weekend, I was feeling my inner Supergirl way too much.
Like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right.
Again, sorry, that year ended up way too busy, and it was so stacked movie-wise as well. Even if I wanted, I could not have found time to watch everything. That's the main reason a lot of movies like Zootopia or the new Predator Badlands movie did not make it on my top list. Not because I did not like them, but because I had no time to watch them. Surely eventually I will watch those movies and other good movies I missed this year. And I even might end up liking them more than some movies that are currently on this list. But it is what it is. Of the 50 movies I watched this year, these 10 turned out to be my favorites. So, see you next year.